Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I am going to be showing you guys how to make this super cute Lucky Charm 4-leaf clover keychain. I have been market prepping these like crazy and I absolutely love them. I think they are so cute and they whip up super fast. This also is going to be beginner friendly, so I'm going to be kind of going through the steps in a little bit more depth than I usually would. So I'm very excited to be sharing this tutorial with you guys today. Before we get started making the 4-leaf clover, let's just go over the materials that you're going to need. So the first thing that you're going to need is a crochet hook. I'm going to be using a 4mm, but you can also use a 5mm. It just depends on how big you want the keychain to be. And then next I just have the actual key rings themselves. I just got these off Amazon. You can get them for pretty cheap. You could also attach like a string or something on if you don't want to use keychains, but I will be using these. Then I have a pair of scissors that were literally with me since kindergarten, so don't mind that they look a little beaten up. And then I have my yarn here. I'm not gonna be able to fit it all in the frame, but I'll just show you the wrapper. It's a little bit damaged because we are running out of yarn, so excuse how she looks, but it is the Loops and Threads medium weight 4 yarn in leaf green. This is their soft classic acrylic yarn. I absolutely love it for stuff like this. With that being said, you can probably use whatever yarn you'd like for this. You might just get a different outcome in terms of size or whatever, and make sure to adjust your hook size accordingly if you're using a bigger weight yarn than I am. But with all that being said, I think those are all the materials you guys are going to be needing for this, so let's get right into the tutorial. So to start out our keychain, we are going to be making a magic ring, magic circle type thing to work our stitches into. So I'm going to show you guys how to make a magic ring, but if this is not as in-depth as you need it to be, you can go ahead and watch a magic ring tutorial here on YouTube and then come on back to the tutorial. I will also be showing you an alternative method to doing this, but for this pattern, I do suggest that you do a magic ring because it'll make it easier in the end, but if you're having too much difficulty with it, you can do the alternative method. So first I'm just going to show you how to make a magic ring. So we're going to start with our yarn. I'm holding the short piece in my left hand and the long piece in my right hand. And then I am going to take the yarn and put it between my thumb and my two fingers here, my pointer finger, my middle finger, and I'm going to pinch it. So I'm just leaving about that much yarn. It doesn't really matter, just make sure to leave kind of a little length here so that your ring doesn't come out too small, but I'm not very precise with it, to be honest with you guys. And then I am kind of already doing it, but I'm going to be wrapping the yarn around my fingers like this, just the two fingers here, and then I'm going to flip my fingers like this, so now they're looking up to the sky, and I'm going to cross the yarn over. So I'm just going to take the yarn and cross it over to make an X. And you'll see I just kind of tucked it in my pinky finger. That might not be the best method, but that is how I do it. And then now that we have our X, I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to go under that first piece of yarn. So I'm not going on the bottom of the X, I'm going on the top portion of the X, and I'm going to put the hook under that first layer of yarn, and then I'm going to grab the second part of the X with my hook, and I'm kind of turning my hook like this, and I'm going to pull it up, and that is going to create a little loop. And then to finish up our magic ring, I'm going to be grabbing this yarn that I'm holding with my pinky right here. I'm going to be yarning over and grabbing that, and then I'm going to be pulling up one more loop. So that's kind of like a chain one technically, but I always do it to secure my magic rings. And then this is how I do a magic ring, and that's just what it looks like. So that is what we're going to be working into for this tutorial, but I'm going to quickly show you guys an alternative method just in case you don't want to use a magic ring for this. So how we would do this is we're going to make a slip knot. So I'm just going to wrap the yarn around my hook like this, yarn over and pull up a loop. And then to make the ring type thing, I'm going to be yarning over twice and chaining 2. So just like that. And then I'm going to be working into this first chain, technically the slip knot actually, and I'm going to be working these stitches right into that loop if I was to do it. and then you can just kind of tighten it at the end to make it similar to a magic ring. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a magic ring for this one. But little note, if you guys are using like a chenille yarn, it might be better to do the chain 2 method because you won't have to pull it as much at the end, because we do end up doing quite a lot of stitches into the ring. So a yarn like that might be more prone to ripping when you pull it, so just keep that in mind. But my acrylic yarn will be completely fine, so I am just going to do a magic ring. And then I actually just filmed this entire tutorial, but I forgot to include the keychain. So don't forget to include the keychain, but I will tell you when to do that, so you guys won't forget, but I did, so whoopsie. But to start out this pattern, we are going to be doing a chain of 2 to start. So we're gonna yarn over, pull up a loop, that's our first chain, and then yarn over, pull up a second loop, and that is our second chain. So now that we have the chain 2, we are going to be making a double crochet, and we're going to be making it right into this magic ring. So to do that, I'm going to be yarning over, going right into the magic ring, and then I'm going to be yarning over on the other side there, pulling up a loop, yarning over, pulling through just 2, and then yarning over one more time, pulling through the remaining 2. And that is our first double crochet. And we're going to be then making another double crochet. So we're going to yarn over again, go into the ring and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're going to be doing one more. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have our 3 double crochets for our first leaf. So to finish off the leaf, we're going to be doing a chain of 2, just like at the start. And then once we have our chain 2, we're going to be making a slip stitch into the magic ring. So just go into your ring, pull up a loop, and then don't yarn over, just pull through that last remaining loop on your hook. And that is our slip stitch. So we have our first petal, leaf, I guess, all complete, and now we're going to be making a second one. So to do that, we're going to start out with our chain 2. So yarn over, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull up another loop, and then we're going to be doing our 3 double crochets. So yarn over, go into the magic ring, and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then make 2 more for a total of 3 double crochets. There's 2, and there's 3, and then we are going to be doing a chain 2, just like at the start of the leaf. And now that that's done, we are actually going to be inserting our keychain into the slip stitch portion. So to do that, I'm going to grab my keychain, and I actually am going to want to string the keychain onto my yarn. So to do that, we go into the magic ring as if we were making a slip knot. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my hook out. So you might want to pinch at the bottom here and just like get a little bit of extra yarn onto the loop so that it doesn't fall out. But I'm just pinching it. I'm going to take the hook out of both for now. And then I'm going to take my keychain and I'm going to string it onto this loop that we made. If you have keychains that like you can close and stuff, this might be a lot easier, but for me this is just what I do because I like it to be all crocheted in. So this might take me a minute to get the little yarn through, but I promise it will happen. And just like that, we have the keychain on our loop. So I'm going to insert my hook back into that chain 2 and then back into this loop, and I'm going to tighten that loop. And then I'm going to be finishing off my slip stitch. So just pulling through that remaining loop on the hook. And now our keychain is all attached. So we're now going to be continuing with our remaining 2 leaves. So I'm going to start with a chain of 2 and then doing my 3 double crochets. And then finishing it with a chain 2. And then we're just going to slip stitch into the magic ring. I'm just going to pull my stitches apart a little bit so that we have more space for our final leaf. And I'm just going to close up the magic ring a little bit. And then we're gonna make our final leaf. So chaining 2, 3 double crochets, here's 1, 2, and 3, and then chain 2 and make a slip stitch into that ring. And that is all of our leaves now done. So I'm just going to close up the ring a little bit, but not all the way yet. And then I'm going to make the stem portion of the clover. So to do that, we're going to be making chains. So you can make as many chains as you want length on your stem, but I'm going to be doing 6 chains for a total of 5 stitches. So to do that, we're just starting over, pulling up the loop 6 times. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm just going to kind of turn the work so that I can work into these chains. So we're going to be working into the second chain from our hook. We never work into the first one. That's why we will end up with 5 stitches instead of 6. So I'm going to insert my hook into the top of that first chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, and just pull through because we're going to be doing slip stitches. Now that I've done my first slip stitch, I'm going to just repeat that all the way down a total of 5 times. But again, if you guys want it to be a little longer or a little shorter, you can just chain more or less than I did. I've now reached my last slip stitch. So there is my 5 slip stitches, and then to finish this off, we are just going to be inserting our hook into the magic ring, pulling up a loop, and doing 1 last slip stitch. So now we're technically done, but I am going to go ahead and close up my ring. And this might take me just a minute because there is so many stitches in that ring that it might be kind of hard to close up. But I just pull on mine pretty aggressively because I don't really worry about my acrylic yarn ripping, because it typically doesn't. Now that I have it as tight as I can get it, I'm going to secure it with a couple of knots. A lot of people don't secure their magic rings, but I definitely always do, because I would not be comfortable with leaving a magic ring unsecured. So that's just me personally, but I do recommend that you guys do this, especially for this pattern. And then I will come back to this end later, but for now I'm just going to actually finish it up here. So to do that, I'm just going to do a chain 1, and then I like to do another chain, but just kind of pull out the yarn like this. And then I'm going to grab my scissors and cut off. I'm just going to take out the remaining yarn and pull this nice and tight. And this is what our keychain is currently looking like. So pretty quick, easy pattern for you guys, and I really hope that you enjoy it. And I absolutely love that the keychain is right crocheted in there, so you don't have to worry about it coming out or anything, which is really great. And you guys have the option now to either weave in these ends with like a darning needle or something, or you can cut them if you want to. What I am probably going to do is cut them nice and short, and then I'm going to be using a bit of hot glue, because I always use my hot glue gun when I'm market prepping anyways for like puff flowers and stuff. So I'm going to probably just go ahead and glue down the ends. Maybe not even glue them down, but the metal tip of the glue gun is hot enough that it kind of melts the yarn. So if I just lay it down like this and kind of melt it down, it will be hidden. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably do that, but you guys can also just weave in the ends if you want to. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut them now. I'm just leaving a little bit of excess, but if you guys don't want to do that, that's completely fine. And then here is our finished keychain. I think these are just so cute and so market prep friendly. I absolutely love them. You can make a whole bunch in a short amount of time. I just realized I use a different color for these ones, but that's totally okay because I love both. And let me know if you guys make this pattern, how it turns out for you guys. And don't forget to like this video if you liked it and subscribe to see more videos like this one. We have tons of tutorials here on the channel. I will link the playlist for you guys if you want lots more super fun free crochet tutorials. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!